America's Navy, a global force for good.
You see the record here, Nazare undefeated at 9-0. Barrantes 7-5-1, but it's been against exceptional talent.
We now send it inside the Bellator cage to Michael Williams.
Bellator Fighting Championships on MTV2, along with Mohegan Sun, A World at Play, now present a lightweight special feature brought to you by America's Navy, a global force for good. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, we introduce first the red corner. At 5'8", weighing in at 155 1/4 pounds. His professional record stands at 7-5 with 1 no contest. Hailing from San Jose, Costa Rica, Juanito Barrantes. And across the cage, the adversary fighting out of the blue corner at 5'9", weighing in at 156 pounds. Undefeated as a professional, 9 victories, no defeats. From Rio de Janeiro, he fights out of Ithaca, New York. Introducing the Brazilian bomber, Nazare. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge, Keith Peterson.
All fights tonight are under the unified rules of MMA, so elbows to the head are allowed, both standing and on the ground. Keith Peterson is the referee for this Bellator special feature fight at 155 pounds.
Sir, you ready? Fight!
The bell in round number 1. Tonight's fight clock is sponsored by Warrior. Family is worth fighting for. Warrior, in theater September 9th. The Costa Rican Juan Barrantes is in the white trunks. The Brazilian who now lives in the U.S., Nazare, is in the black trunks.
Oh, Nazare landing some good strikes. Tight uppercut, tight right hand. I think that's a good strategy. Barrantes describes himself as a brawler. Nazare needs to keep his punches tight and short. Oh, another good right hand. Good left.
Barrantes said this is the type of fight he wanted, but he's getting the worst of this now.
And Nazare going hard for the finish, but so accurate with those shots.
Both fighters said they want to stand and bang. Barrantes said, I want to stand there, trade punch for punch. I feel like that's my best chance. Take a punch to give a punch.
Yeah, everybody says that until they get teed off on, and that's what happened. Nazare just much more accurate than Barrantes.
Barrantes, as we mentioned a few moments ago, holds the rank of brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Nazare holds the rank of black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Barrantes said, I'm not afraid to go to the ground against Nazare, but I like to bang. He said, I have very few kicks, almost all punches.
Nazare has world champion level black belt Jiu-Jitsu.
Nazare said,
oh, another good right hand. You wouldn't know that by the way he's throwing shots, but he has a phenomenal ground game.
Jimmy, Nazare, somewhat comically, said to us, you know, ground fighting is boring in MMA. I want to entertain people. I want a knockout.
Well, that's what he's gunning for right now. It seems like every shot is right on the button. Barrantes throwing a little bit wild, and it's Nazare just slipping those punches in between. That's exactly what you're supposed to do, especially against a brawler.
Nazare scheduled to fight in Bellator Season 5 155-pound tournament set to begin next month. He said he wanted a quick and painful statement win to the rest of the field in this fight.
Wow, he's making so much blood coming out of the nose of Barrantes. Man, he's not wearing that damage well. He's looking more like Eddie Alvarez than a tournament contender with those hands, Nazare.
Slick double leg there. Barrantes against the fence in open guard. Now closes his guard.
Well, I would have said that Barrantes would be in more trouble on the ground against Nazare, but this might be where he wants to be at the moment because he was getting tattooed on the feet.
Halfway through round number 1, and again, Nazare said he wanted a statement win. He wanted to end this inside of 1 round. Right hands now by Nazare. Jimmy, this is really a sport of humble people. Nazare is one of the most humble fighters I've ever met. I mean, he's on the Fedor Emelianenko level of humbleness.
That's very true. He just very self-effacing. He just says, hey, I'm not great. I just work hard. He's accomplished a ton, especially in jiu-jitsu. But, you know, he doesn't talk about that. He doesn't, you know, brag about his accomplishments on the mat. It's all about, hey, I'm just starting out in MMA.
Up kick there by Barrantes and right back in. Inside control is Nazare. Barrantes almost gave his back.
Just an avalanche so far from Nazare, just strikes right down the pipe. No different here with his ground and pound.
Point of clarification, I misspoke a moment ago. Actually, there's not a 155-pound tournament in Season 5, but presumably there's going to be another one. Regardless, Nazare wants a statement. He did tell us he thinks about fighting Eddie Alvarez, Bellator's reigning 155-pound world champion, every day. Eddie Alvarez is in his thoughts.
Oh, Barrantes going for the triangle. Nazare too slick for that.
One-way traffic at the moment for Nazare.
And look at that knee right through the middle. Classic jiu-jitsu. Just pushing that knee forward, not letting Barrantes get closed guard. So much pressure by the jiu-jitsu black belt here.
More right hands from close distance. Blood coming out of both nostrils of the Costa Rican Juan Barrantes. More right hands from Nazare. Almost uppercuts off of one knee, Jimmy.
You see a look at the patience and the pressure. That's what that ground game helps him do, especially, even with the ground and pound. It's not just about strikes, about your ability to put pressure.
Nazare looking for a guillotine.
Now, he's not going to sell out for the guillotine and lose position. You see him circle there to keep good hit pressure.
Can he find this finish in the closing seconds of round number 1? Nazare going hard for the submission finish. And he won't get it.
Stop. Sir, are you ready? Sir, are you ready? Fight!
Round number 2. 3 judges scoring cage side for the Mohegan Tribe, Department of Athletic Regulation. And Jimmy, as always, you have the unofficial scorecard.
I may be being a little bit generous here, but I'm saying 10-9. Nazare could easily call that a 10-8 round. I thought Barrantes was at least in it. He was at least answering back, trying to get things going. But man, that was a tattooing in that first round. Now Barrantes trying to move forward.
Juan Barrantes, the 24-year-old Costa Rican, is in the white trunks. Nazare, the 28-year-old Brazilian who moved to the U.S. 4 years ago, is in the black trunks.
Got to give this to Barrantes. He's still moving forward. Still trying to land his shots.
Before the all-new season of Bellator kicks off on September 10th, don't miss your first look at the fighters who will be battling their way to a title shot. It's the Bellator Season 5 preview show, premiering Tuesday, September 6th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, only on MTV2. And again, Juan Barrantes told us, Jimmy, he felt his best chance for victory was to stand and bang, trade punch for punch, sit in the pocket, but he's taken down as he is trying to sit in the pocket.
The problem is that he's taking a beating on the feet, and the thing is, if you're in the corner of Nazare, you might go, hey, you're winning on the feet. You're doing well in the stand-up, but he's a brawler, and you can always catch that right hand, so it's hard to feel safe if you're Nazare, even if you're winning the stand-up battle.
Barrantes, closed guard, now opens it.
He's certainly much safer here on top.
Barrantes holding a guillotine position. Nazare, cool as you like, just pops his head free. Nazare not even bothered by that attempt.
Barrantes is a brown belt, trains with Daniel Gracie. He knows what he's doing on the ground, but he's on the bottom against a world-level black belt.
Barrantes trying to throw lefts and rights from the bottom. Never an easy proposition, especially when a high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt is on top. Short elbow strike there, short and sharp from Nazare.
And Nazare just looking so well-rounded in this fight.
Barrantes holding half guard. Look at Nazare postured up, Jimmy, on both knees.
You see him trying to trap the left arm of Barrantes. Barrantes got it out. Barrantes looks like he's trying to set up an arm drag on that right side, but it's going to be hard to get that on Nazare.
No doubt, Bellator's reigning 155-pound world champion Eddie Alvarez is watching at home tonight live on MTV2. And again, Nazare says he thinks about fighting Alvarez every single day.
And knowing Eddie, he's probably at the gym right now training for Michael Chandler. Probably recording this.
Nazare getting the better of things here. 2 minutes remaining in round 2.
So he's keeping him flat, keeping that back against the floor. That's what you want to do when your opponent's in half guard. Keep him flat, don't give him any space to move.
Short hammer fist there from Nazare. Barrantes trying to throw as he's holding half guard. The blood on the nose is from the left nostril from Barrantes.
Watch his eyes.
Warning by referee Keith Peterson for a rake of the eyes by Nazare.
I was saying be careful of the eyes. He's trying to obstruct the breathing, putting the hand over the mouth and nose. You're not allowed to put your fingers in your opponent's eyes.
Big right hand there by Nazare. Maybe his best punch of this round.
Oh, good sweep by Barrantes. Nazare, though, elevating, getting out of that position quickly. So hard to hold position on high-level guys.
That sweep drew a nice ovation from our crowd here at Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. We always have knowledgeable MMA fans in this arena.
And also, I think they appreciate the heart of Barrantes. They know he's getting beat up in there, but he's still in it, still fighting back.
Final minute of round 2.
Oh, beautiful uppercut.
Big shots. Again, Nazare clear and saying he wants a finish.
Barrantes going for that guillotine, but Nazare just so slick.
As much, Jimmy, as Nazare stressed to us that he wants to finish, he has to feel he's in control of this fight. Does he try to open things up even more to go for a finish, or does he just try to cruise now?
If he's smart, what he'll do is he'll keep the pressure on and look for those subtle opportunities to finish. Finishing isn't a skill, it's an instinct. It's knowing exactly when to risk something to put your opponent away, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to keep the pressure on, and if Barrantes makes a mistake, he's going to capitalize.
Barrantes' game, but he is playing defense, and it is Nazare playing offense in the Bellator cage. Nazare is absolutely humble outside of the cage and absolutely ruthless inside of the cage. Nazare now 10-0 in his pro MMA career, and I think he got this statement victory that he sought. Here is Michael Williams.
Upon the completion of 2 complete rounds and after consulting with the cage-side physician, referee Keith Peterson calls a halt to this contest due to cuts. The winner by TKO, the Brazilian Bomber, Nazare.
He says that he is targeting the world title, and Bellator's 155-pound world champion Eddie Alvarez, the 28-year-old Brazilian who now lives in Ithaca, New York, Nazare, is a perfect 10-0 in his pro MMA career.